There are not that many national security analysts who are women, but it's a great field for a woman. The military opens almost all its branches to females, so women can really make a big impact in national security. We're Americans, we're voters, and now we have women who are warriors, combat experienced. It's a great time to be a woman in the national security field. Right now, there's no one threat to our national security. We have a lot of threats we have to keep an eye on. We've seen that radical Islamic terrorism is a threat to us and to our allies. We're also in a new phase with Russia, which has upped its military operations around the globe. And third, China has dominated more of the Pacific. It's not like things were 30 years ago or after World War II. We're living in a world where there are many powerful nations, and we're jockeying for position in a military way as well as an economic way. We have a lot of concerns in our national security, and there are new fields too. We have to worry about cyberspace as a national security issue, and now we're seeing an emphasis on certain types of immigration as a potential national security issue too. More and more issues all the time. National security is a top priority for the president. And Donald Trump asked a lot of questions in the campaign. He asked questions about what our allies would do. And some of these questions were hard to hear, but in many cases, they're the right questions. He's followed up with high-level meetings with our top allies. He met with Theresa May of Britain. He's met with Justin Trudeau from Canada. He's met with Shinzo Abe from Japan. So the first thing that Trump is doing is reassuring and reinforcing our key allied relationships. After that, he has a brisk agenda for national security. He said he wants a new plan for Iraq and Syria, hopefully within 30 to 45 days, but the clock is already ticking. So my experience shows it usually takes longer to come up with a new military plan. We'll expect to see one soon, but I don't think he's going to make that 30 to 45 day deadline. First thing to know about McMaster, he's still in the Army. He's a 3-star general who was serving at the Army's Training and Development Command, where they think up new concepts and new training procedures. So essentially, McMaster couldn't say no to President Trump. Trump assigned him to the National Security Council when he made that choice. But McMaster is an unusual choice for another reason. McMaster wrote a book called Dereliction of Duty, and that book is all about why generals in Vietnam didn't stand up to the president. It's astonishing. So Trump, with McMaster, has picked a man known for advocating standing up to the boss. Trump can be sure that McMaster will give him his unvarnished opinion. Also, as a combat experienced general, McMaster also knows a lot about Iraq and Syria. He commanded forces in Iraq. He fought there in the Gulf War as a young captain in the Army. He knows that ground very well. And McMaster also brings some superb management skills. You don't get to be a 3-star general in his position without knowing how to deal with the troops. He's commanded and led troops in battle, and he'll be able to run the National Security Council quite effectively. So McMaster, very bold choice, not a yes man, smart man. He'll speak his mind. He'll be good for the country.